Now, before I continue, viewer discretion is advised because I do have a tendency of using harsh language you Christian don't like to hear. Now, I hope you fuckers are satisfied with what y'all voted for. Hope y'all are satisfied with the outcome after voting for this hybrid, this orange mutant hybrid. A lot of y'all coon niggas, y'all so-called Hispanic for Trump, y'all voted for Trump thinking that, because y'all voted for him, he was going to have mercy on y'all. Don't y'all know y'all cannot reason with the Terminator? This man don't have any heart. You know what I'm saying? He don't have any kind of compassion, empathy. He's a heartless. I don't even think he's human, to be honest with me. I think he's occupied. I think he's demon possessed. A lot of these fucking world leaders, believe it or not, these psychopathic world wannabe dictators, a lot of them are occupied by demons. You know what I'm saying? This is why they build weapons of mass destruction. Who does that shit? Who really and truly build weapons that can destroy millions of people? You know what I'm saying? Black people don't have no nuclear weapons. These black countries and shit in Africa and around the world, we don't have no nuclear weapon. You know what I'm saying? But these hybrids, these mutants, that's all they're bent on, the serpent seed, the seed of Satan himself, right? I wouldn't even say Satan because Satan is an adversary, is a spirit. Lucifer, that's who they are, the offspring of Lucifer. They make weapons to destroy human beings, mankind. You know what I mean? And a lot of you goofy ass niggas went out there and voted for Trump all because he promised a check. Y'all fucking sellout. Y'all voted for a 34 convicted hybrid. You know what I'm saying? 34 convicted hybrid over a black woman because what? It's out there that when she was a DA, she incarcerated a lot of black men. Well, if you do the motherfucking crime, you're going to have to do the time. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all put on a show for Massa. So she had to put on a show for Massa to get where she's at. But she promised y'all a better future than what Trump promised y'all. But because a lot of y'all are coons and shit, got a lot of self-hate. Y'all hate your own fucking race. You think the other race care about y'all? The Asians don't give a fuck about black people. The white people don't give a fuck about black people. You know what I'm saying? It's East Indies. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about Casper. Tell them they don't give a shit about black folks. They think they're white. They want to be white because a lot of them have self-hate themselves. They look at where their humble beginnings came from and they want to be like the so-called white man. I can't understand for the life of me what is so special about the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? You got some great so-called white people that fight for justice for black people. I'm not talking about y'all. But what is so superior about y'all? Why y'all call yourself white supremacists? There's nothing supreme about y'all because, first of all, you see that motherfucking sun out there? Y'all can't go in that shit without your sunscreen lotion. Y'all can't stay in there stand in the sun for 45 minutes without the sun that bring forth life. So what is supreme about y'all? But a lot of y'all coon niggas like to go and sell out for the other race because, y'all hate. Y'all pick up this fucking indoctrination that the so-called white men have given y'all, hating your own people, voting for Trump. Who the hell would want to vote? I'm from New York City. Knowing Trump history, everybody in New York City was shocked when he became president. Matter of fact, he himself was shocked. He just probably did this shit because he just wanted, some spotlight. He didn't think he was going to be, matter of fact, Russia helped him get elected anyway. But besides that, he just did it because, he just wanted some kind of attention. You know what I mean? When we heard Trump everybody in New York City was shocked because we know who Trump is and was. And a lot of y'all had the first term to decide we would never go back and have him, doing his first term. I told y'all Trump is a curse. Anybody that associate with Trump became the president of the United States. And guess what happened to guess what happened to the United States of America? This shit fell in 2020, right? When the COVID was at its peaks. A lot of people died because this idiot didn't take it seriously. Trump is a fucking failure. He's a curse. Everybody that associate themselves with Trump loses. Kanye West, another coon nigga. Right? Talk about he loved Trump and whatever. Well, then the White House with Trump. Next thing you know, he loses Adidas endorsement. You know what I'm saying? You got that bitch, what's her name? Candace Owens. She associates herself with Trump. Now look where she's at. Everybody that is Elon Musk. Right? Giuliani, that motherfucker that I hate. You know what I'm saying? He associated himself with Trump. He lost his bar license. I mean, everybody, even the so-called insurrectionists, right? That was fighting for Trump. They went to prison. Another bitch, she lost her life for Trump. Trump is a curse. Just like Jesus Christ, who y'all worship, Jesus Christ became a curse. So a lot of y'all that worship Jesus Christ, y'all are under a fucking curse. This is why your position is still the same. You know what I mean? And y'all are out there voting for this 34 convicted felon, a man that literally molested a woman, probably raped her. You know what I'm saying? Basically, she sued and she won, which means they have to have proof that he did it. And y'all voted for him. Why? Because y'all hate black women. Kamala Harris had a way better, what you call it, portfolio, right? A resume, if you will, than Trump. Trump don't know nothing about politics. He's a failed businessman. His daddy gave him millions of dollars, and this man wasted because he don't know what he's doing. The same way how he bankrupted his business is the same way he bankrupted this fucking country. Now this man is literally becoming a dictator because now you got, martial law. I used to tell y'all in the past that martial law is going to come sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't sooner, but it's definitely later. Now he's going into city, Chicago. He want to go into New York. He was already in D.C. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he want to do. He want a special force. He want a special police force because he know what's coming. He know them general that he summons, them 800 generals he summoned. They're going to turn on his ass. They're going to turn on his motherfucker. This is going to be a coup. So he's getting his special army. These so-called white supremacists, which is nothing supreme about him, he's getting a special army ready because he know that it's gonna be a coup. They're gonna get rid of that motherfucker one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Because he's bad for business. He's bad for business. They want to turn America into Palestine, where they're gonna start targeting black and brown people, start killing us, just like how them ish people, right? Those wannabe the people of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The synagogue of Satan, Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. Them motherfuckers, how they killing the Palestinians and shit, right? You can't even call their name no more because we're under this dictatorship. You can't talk about those motherfuckers anymore. You can't talk about him. You can't even talk about Trump. Sooner or later, if you start calling his name, I seen a video where this delivery man would say "fuck Trump" and his Gestapo try to arrest him and shit. Thank God he got away. Thank the Most High, not God. Fuck God, because God is a title. You know what I'm saying? So family, I'm telling y'all are going to be in for what's referred to as Jacob's trouble. The Bible said those who endure to the end shall be saved. Now the Bible, I take it with a grain of salt because, the Bible was written by the so-called white man, believe it or not. Because the Bible we read today is not the original scrolls. It's not the original text. But they put a lot of truth with a lot of lies in the so-called Holy Bible, which is nothing holy about this motherfucking Bible. Because the same Bible that we read and think is holy is the same Bible the KKK read during slavery. When the slave master and the slave went to church, I'm sure the slave prayed for freedom and the slave master prayed for more slave. And at the end of service, guess who prayer will answer? The slave master, because the slave went right back into motherfucking bondage, slavery, right? So that's why I don't worship the white man's so-called God. Fuck the white man God. Because the white man God is not other than Lucifer. And a lot of y'all dumbass so-called Christian don't even realize Jesus Christ is not who you think he is. Because every time you pick up your cross and follow Jesus Christ like all of his disciples, you meet horrible death. Every last one of Jesus Christ's disciples met horrible death. That's why I don't fuck with the white man religion or their government. Because their government is bent on destruction. They go into other countries and they kill people and talk about all in the name of democracy. They didn't ask for democracy. If democracy comes with murder and bloodshed and innocent children and women and men getting murdered, I don't think they would rather that over some motherfucking Sharia law or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? These demons, these hybrids love to go and spill blood. They have to start wars because wars, right? When you have wars, you have bloodshed. It's blood sacrifice to their God, Lucifer, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ said, in remembrance of me, eat of my body and drink of my blood. If that ain't witchcraft, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Why do you have to remember Jesus Christ in remembrance of him, eat of his body and drink of his blood? Because it's witchcraft in the Old Testament, right? That they call the Old. I don't know what's wrong with the Old Testament, why they needed a new one, because they needed a new God over the Most High. But in the Old Testament, the Bible says you're not supposed to eat blood because life is in the blood. But these fucking demons, they like to slaughter human beings. This is why you have abortion clinic all over the place. Why you have fertility clinics in white community, you have abortion clinic in the black community. Because every time you goofy ass black folks go out there and commit abortion, y'all are literally doing blood sacrifice to Lucifer. right? Their God, aka Jesus Christ. That's who y'all are sacrificing to. You feel me? So y'all need to wake up and realize that we're in Jacob's trouble. And we're going to go through the fire. But in the end, these fucking hybrids, they don't have long to live because the Most High is on his way. They said there's a mothership out there on his way here. And all praises be to that. I know this shit sound crazy, like you nigga believe in UFO. Yes, I believe in, and they're not alien. Just like how they call the Mexican alien, they're not alien. They're not alien to this land because this land was originally there. The same way how they call these UFO aliens and shit. No, they was already here. Those are our ancestors returning. Family, I'm telling you, we are about to, I used to tell y'all, right? We're about to see some shit. We are about to see some shit between the end of this year and the beginning of next year. Supernatural shit, right? Get prepared. They're going to fight a war that they think they're going to win. Why you think they summons these 800 generals? You think it's because of some pep talk? You know what I'm saying? That's at face value. Don't you see how scared and shook these fucking general look? They wasn't scared of what's that guy? Whoever the hell he's the one that's in charge of the military. They Pete X, whatever his name. They wasn't scared of him. They wasn't scared of Trump. Look at that. Look how disciplined. Look how scared they look. They wasn't scared of losing their motherfucking job. They was scared of the briefing that they got, that was coming, that they're going to have to rally the troops. All this shit going into Chicago and all that. That's all a distraction, family. These 800 plus troops were rallied because they was briefed on what's to come. The Space Force. Why do they need Space Force, the Space Force part of the military to be at that pep talk? That's just for the media. That's for y'all to say, oh, this motherfucker summoned all these people just for this bullshit. Nah, it was deeper than that, family. I'm telling you. They are getting ready for something big. Just the other day, don't believe me, you can research it. Just the other day, you had China, North Korea, and I believe it was Russia. They had what was referred to as a war game exercise. They're preparing for something big. The so-called white man rulership is about to be done with. What's what we call it now? Let's say I don't want to fuck the video up because I don't remember what I'm trying to say. But anyway, their rulership is about to come to an end. Before a kingdom can rise, a kingdom must fall. And Trump is the fall of Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, which is called America, right? Trump is the reason for the season. A lot of people get upset, but if you step back and look at it from a spiritual perspective, the Most High put Trump in office for a reason. Just look at how he's tearing down America, the so-called superpower. One man, the Most High put the spirit on this fucking mutant to tear down America. This man has literally turned the world against the so-called big bad bully America. The world hates America. It's going to be so easy for them to turn the arrows that's mentioned in the Old Testament on the daughter of Babylon. Those arrows, those so-called nuclear weapons that they have, is all going to be turned on America. America is going to be ashes soon. And a lot of us are going to be caught up. But just remember one thing, family, one thing only. We are descendant of the Most High. The Most High formed man from the ground and blew the breath of life, and man became a living soul. That's Adam. That's us, melanated people. We came from the ground. These people that walk around calling themselves white people, they're hybrids. They came from us. Our ancestors amalgamated with what was referred to as troglodytes, some kind of fallen angels, or they call them Nephilim beings, and they created what you see today as so-called white people. White people came from Neanderthal. Neanderthal came from troglodytes, right? And the troglodytes came from fallen angels, from Nephilim. It sounds crazy what I'm saying. Do some research. So they don't have, after this is it. They're not going to no motherfucker. There's no such thing as heaven. You're not going to no, even black people, when y'all die, y'all ain't going to no motherfucking heaven. We coming right back here on earth. Even in Revelation, Jesus Christ, whatever, God, whatever, prepare a heaven, a new heaven and a new earth. We coming right back here. Our spirit cannot die. We just basically be displaced. All right. There's no such thing as hell where you're going to burn for eternity. None of that shit. These hybrid will be destroyed because they're not native to this land. They came from somewhere else. The Most High did not create them. When God said in the Bible, when it said, let us create man in our image, right? Us is the Nephilim, is the fallen angels. They're the one. The Bible that y'all read, family, is not from the Most High. It is not from the Most High. Because there's two gods in the Bible. One that requires blood sacrifice. That's the God of the so-called white man. There's another God that says he only requires obedience. Read the Bible. Y'all been misled. When y'all reading and talk about Jesus Christ is none other than Lucifer. He's a fallen angel. He's the one that's destroying the world. Because I'm going to ask y'all one question before I leave. How is it you have billions of Christians worldwide, right? And the world is so fucked up. How is it that you could have people go into churches and synagogue that they pray to this so-called God, and the so-called God doesn't protect them from assassination, from murder? You know, you got people literally walking into churches and killing people. Where is this God at? Where is Jesus Christ that's allegedly supposed to be the savior of mankind? Y'all say when y'all get baptized and y'all believe in Jesus Christ, y'all are saved. Saved from what? Because a lot of y'all still dying as Christians. It's time for y'all to wake up. Y'all voted for Trump. Now y'all got him. Deal with it. Shalom.